So I'm joined by Luke today. Luke is a leadership coach. We have worked together for just over 5 months now. When you started with me, you were right at the start of your coaching journey, right? 2 months in. And Luke has got to like consistent 10Ks in a month. At the end of our time together, you what, 10.8?
10.8,
And your most recent was?
12 and a half.
12 and a half, cool. So what is the question you have to me? What do you want me to show you today?
Ready to get to that next level now.
Next level?
You know, I've started, transitioning from not just one-to-one, but more group coaching as well. So the volume of clients that I can take on has increased. Yeah. So therefore, I want to, start trying to hit that next level now. So looking at, 20K months now.
20, okay, cool. So what I'll show you today then is 3 things. So we'll look at retargeting because we've had your ads up a while now. You've got a lot of leads in there who have spoke to you and not book a call. Mm-hmm. A lot of leads in there who have spoke to you, booked a call and not signed up. So we can look at retargeting first, then we can look at another type of campaign that you can do, which will give you a bit more autonomy with booking in calls. And then we'll look at just overall your numbers and just help you to take that to the next level. So, okay, for the context of everyone watching then, so what the campaign that we've got up and running for Luke at the moment, which has been working, has been a very simple follower ad. So we've been sending people to your Instagram page to follow. Once they followed, I've given you a process to message them and get them booked in for a chat and sign them up. Pretty straightforward. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, when Luke started with me, he was newer to the online advertising and getting clients online. So to start with, that's the campaign I recommend for everybody if you haven't got any ads up, for majority of markets. So now you've got how many followers are you on now? Because they're all leads. Are you on 8K, 9K?
8,000, yeah, over 8,000.
Okay, so let's look at retargeting them at the moment. So generally, are your DMs still very engaged? Are you still getting a lot of responses and?
Yeah, generally, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're still good.
So what I'll show you now is a retargeting ad where you can get people to DM you and just keep going on in the DMs. And then the second campaign that I mentioned that I'm going to show you, you can also use that as retargeting. So I'll get to that point when we get to it. So let's start with retargeting. So I've got the ads manager up. In retargeting, there's a couple of steps to make it work. So first of all, you need to create the audience and then you need to set up the campaign. So if we create the audience first of all, so when you're in the ads manager, if you come to audiences here on the left-hand side, so what we're doing is we're making a custom audience. So essentially what we're saying to Facebook is, I want you to only send this ad to this specific group of people. And in here, we can decide who those people are. So audiences on the left, create an audience, custom audience. Now there's a couple of things in terms of ways that we can do that. So the main one for you is going to be Instagram profile. So if you press on there and you're obviously just going to select your account.
Yeah.
And I just recommend doing everybody who's engaged with this professional account. So as it says here, so it includes who's visited, took an action on a post, likes, comments, saves, carousels, swipes. So anyone who's been on your profile, so that will capture followers as well. Now with that, you'll get a broader net. Not all of them will be as good. If you want to be even more specific, because you've got you must have grown thousands of followers from the leads that we've done with the ads.
About 6,000, I think, since we worked.
So you could, for you, because you've got that size, you could just do people who started following this account. There's not a right or wrong. It's something you could test. Let's just say, for the sake of this, you just go with this one. Keep the range open in the past 365. Again, something you could test eventually is just doing from when we started the ads. What month did we start the ad last year? September?
September-ish, yeah.
Yeah, so you could just backward engineer how many days that was and just target people in that periods because you're going to know they're going to be quality. And then it's pretty simple. Audience name, just put the audience and create the audience, right? Then that's going to be listed here. Obviously, I've created a lot of audiences here, so that's why they're already there. The other thing you can do as well, if you want to, is if you go back on here and you press video, you press next, you can select the specific video. So you can select your ad and select people that have watched a certain portion of it.
Okay.
And they're going to be people who are engaged. You can also do this for individual pieces of content. So if you had reels that got lots of engagement or in your DMs, people message you and oh, this was really useful. I found these types of content useful. You can pick these videos. So let's say 75% watch time and you select the video. This is obviously not me. And you select the video that comes up here and you can then set that as an audience. So then Meta will send the ad to that person who's watched 75% of that specific reel. So those are the only ones I recommend for you to do. If we go back, so you can do that for your ad, you can do that for your pieces of content, your Instagram profile. You don't have anything on you don't have a pixel set up on your website, don't worry about that. But that's all you would do for you, right? That's pretty much it. So any questions about that part? Or?
So that's all just completely retargeted, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's just going to be, essentially what you're telling Meta is only send it to these two audiences, right? So then once you've done that on your ads manager, obviously, it's going to be listed here.
Yeah.
Right? Now, once you've done that, that's what you need to do. Now, in terms of campaigns, there's two types of retargeting that I've found to do well. So the first one is back to the DMs. So you get them to re-message you. The second one is where you send them to a landing page to book in a call directly, which is the campaign I'll show you afterwards. So if we go to create, right, in terms of setting this up, so you go to create. Now, in terms of setting this up, there is two ways you can do it. You can either do engagement or you can do leads. Typically, I'd recommend engagement. So the way that Meta sets this up is engagement is volume, leads is quality when you're going to a cold audience. But because we're already sending it to a predefined pool of people, it's okay to go for volume here.
Okay.
So select engagement here. Then, okay, so have you ever set up anything in here before or no?
I have years ago. I had a drop shipping business.
Okay.
And I used the ads manager. I managed to get 4 credit cards blocked. So that was quite impressive.
Okay. So the way that they do it now is they're going to give you all of these suggestions. Ignore every single one of them.
Okay.
They don't understand what we're trying to do or trying to achieve. So they're doing something which they think is going to be more optimal, but it actually ends up killing the quality of the lead. Because at the end of the day, you want quality. You don't just want random people messaging you. So select manual campaign. And then this is like the campaign structure of what you do. So in terms of campaign name, just keep it tidy. Just call it what it is. I always recommend doing an ad set budget. Untick this. So again, this is one of their suggestions. Just take that off. There's nothing else you need to do here, essentially. Name and ad set budgets. This is your campaign level at the top. Then your ad set level, again, give it a name. Now, conversion location, obviously, to begin with, we want them to go into the DMs, right? So you're looking at message destinations as your place that you want to send them. You want maximum number of conversions, and obviously you don't want Messenger. So you can send people to Messenger, but obviously, 1, your audience is on Instagram, and 2, it's just not as easy to manage as Instagram. So just change it to manual, and then obviously just untick Messenger, just make sure Instagram's ticked. Maximum number of conversations is what you want. Okay, now in terms of budget for retargeting, now you don't need tons and tons of budget, but I mean you're only spending £10 a day, right? And you've got those.
So my new one's 15, £15.
£15. Okay, so that's pretty good. So for these types of retargeting, I'd recommend £10 to £15.
Okay.
On the lower end. So it's sort of matching your cold one, but especially if you're doing what we spoke about, the re-offer. So again, for context for people, so Luke mainly does 1-to-1, and what he's been doing with the leads that are sitting there that didn't buy is just offering them a group program at a lower price. So for that one, because you want to sort of circulate it quicker, because you're getting them into a group they need to be there in one time, do £10 to £15 in terms of budget. Start time, I found it helps to start the ads at 5 a.m. in the morning, because then it gives them the whole day to sort of run and accumulate instead of starting it halfway through the day. Just not a massive thing, but a small little thing. Now, the most important thing, obviously, is we want it to only go to our specific audience, right? Now, at the moment, this is set up to go to a broad cold audience. So again, you need to switch to original audience options. And it's going to give us a warning telling us our ads are going to be worse. Just, again, ignore it. Further limit the reach of your ads. And then the dashboards here is slightly going to change. Now, what you're going to see here, which is the most important thing, is custom audiences. So long story short, you just select the audiences you've just made. Yep. So for example, again, I've got it here, Instagram engagers, right? You just select that. Now, again, it's going to give you all of these suggestions. Turn this off. So what this means is, even though we've said only send it to Instagram, people who engage with us on Instagram, if they think somebody who's never seen you before is going to click it, they'll click it. But the way we're going to make the ad it's just not going to make sense. So untick that. Again, another thing to note, you see in the top right here, like campaign score. Once you're setting these up and we make all these changes, it's going to go lower and lower and not just ignore it.
Okay.
Like they do that as like it's almost like fear mongering in a way, because then you're like, oh shit, am I going to put this money in and then it's not going to work because this score's lower? Just honestly, just ignore it. Like I've run ads before when it's been on like 30 or 40 and got good results. So it doesn't matter. Turn that off. Then again, you should add a little bit of definition on age, because again, even though most of your traffic's coming from the ad that we set you up, some people will still, I don't know, like someone random could have found you who's 18 and clicked on it, and that's not in your target. So again, simple, do your location, do your age, and your gender. You're working with men and women now, so it doesn't matter. Fine. And then the only other thing you need to do is edit the placements. So again, on here, you're going to see low thing. That's natural because we're going to a smaller pool. We're not just sending it out to like the UK, for example. This is the last one that's most important. What placements means is it decides where the ad shows up, essentially. So like, you know, like if we go on Instagram, just to show you an example. So for example, here, like it can show up here in the feed. Like this is an ad, right? It can show up here. It can show up, I don't know if it all looks slightly different here, but it can show up in the Reels feed. It can show up on Explore as well, if this loads. Just give this a sec. So it can show up here as well.
Yeah.
So placements is just deciding where does it show up, because then it can also show up in your stories along the top as well. So essentially we want to edit it to placements where people are actually going to be able to see it. So there's some crappy ones which we need to turn off. So Advantage Plus placements, edit, manual placements. Okay. First thing, obviously turn off Facebook. We're running it on Instagram, so it's pointless. Turn off Facebook. Then what I'm looking for when I'm turning these off or on is ones where it's not, you can't see the full ad clearly. So this is good. This is good. This is rubbish. It's already off, so we don't need to worry about it because we don't tick Facebook. This is okay. This is bad though, because look how many other pieces of content there. It's very unlikely they're going to click on it. So I'll always untick that. Stories and Reels are usually all good. And then, because we've got Facebook off, the rest of them are off. So that's pretty much all you would do. So then at the ad set level, which is like your settings of your ad, so to speak, that's what you need to do. So anything on that you're not sure about or you want to go over?
That's straightforward, really.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Then the last thing is the actual ad itself, right? So obviously this is different to how you do the follower ad, because with the follower ad, we run one at a time to start with, because you can't dictate what followers coming from what ad, because they took that setting out. So if you run like 3 follower ads at once and you're getting a bunch of good leads but a bunch of bad leads, you never know exactly what good followers coming from where, what good leads coming from the where. But with this, we can launch multiple ads at once because we can dictate it. So in terms of the ad setup, again, I just give it a name. Now, in terms of the actual creative itself, I would recommend, like, for that sort of budget, do like 3 creative. So creative is either a picture or a video, like the actual visual of it. Do 3 creatives. One of them, so you know your ad script at the moment, it's like if you're this person with this problem looking for this goal and you're experiencing 1, 2, 3 pain point, at the moment, the call to action is follow me and go through my content. Instead, now what you can do is DM me the word leader and I'll show you how I can help you get to this point or get to that point, obviously specific to your messaging. So really simple. So you've pretty much got the framework, you just change the call to action.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that will get people straight into the DMs messaging you. So that's the first one you can do. The second one you can do, I need to find an example of it, but the second one you can do is you can send them, you can actually have like a photo of yourself. So you have a photo of your text. Let me see if I can find an example here. Where would I have done it? Okay, so like this is an example of something you could do. A completely different campaign, but something that worked for me. So you can literally do like a plain background with writing on it, and it can literally be your ad script that you say written down. So, but you'd obviously condense it a little bit. So if you're really like this ad's so messy, one of my best ever ads, by the way.
Really?
Like, yeah, I had such a good return on this. But you could literally just have top line, if you're a leader, next line, struggling with overwhelm and lacking confidence in your role, DM me the word leadership and I'll help you to XYZ. Now the key with these ads is to like have a different keyword for each one, so you know which ad's working the best.
Right.
So like the video ad, say DM me leader. The picture ad, DM me growth. So you can then separate which is what. So yeah, I would do 2 to 3. So video of you talking, same way you've done your follower ad, like you just talking to the camera. You can do one like this, or you can do a picture of yourself, like working and coaching with the text overlaid on top of it. Because again, people recognize your face now because they're following you. So you could do that to help it to resonate more. And the last one is you can do like another variation of the first video. So like, just call out the pain points in a different way. So the best way to do it is think about a sales call that you had with someone, so think about this guy that you're thinking about working with now, who's a lot higher level to your typical client. You could transcribe the ad, put it into an AI tool like ChatGPT or whatever, and say, pick out for me his main pain points and his main goals, and then just plug that into the same script and just keep it really simple. So if you're a leader who's experiencing pain point, which is what he said, and you want to achieve XYZ, which is also what he said, then DM me the word and use a different keyword. So those could be the 3 ads you put in. And that, keep it as simple as that really. Like that will work and you've got the messaging.
So 3 separate ads, yeah?
Yeah. So
all at a £10 budget each, £10 to £15 each.
Yeah, so look, let me show you how that will look. So, where were we? Here. So how it will work is you spend £15 total.
Okay.
And Meta spreads it between the 3.
Got you.
So you're not spending like £45, you're spending 15. And then what that does is, what you would do here, you can just duplicate it, do 2 copies. So now you've got 3 ads within this set. So your budget's set here. So then it's spread between these 3.
Got you.
Essentially.
Got you.
So you spend £50 a day, but it spreads it. And then what that allows it to do is it will then decide what one is the best and test it, and it will do the heavy lifting for you. It just runs it, right? So in terms of the other setups, obviously then you'd upload those videos into the creative. In terms of the caption of the video, like the copy, let me show you. Again, as we're here, always turn this off. So have you ever been on like Instagram and like you're scrolling through stories and there's like 4 ads in a row?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? That's what that is.
Right.
I always recommend to turn that off because like for me, unless the first ad captures me, I skip through the rest of the other 4. And if you're at the end of the 4, you've now spent money to put your ad there and it doesn't get seen. So always turn off multi-advertiser ads. So in terms of setting up the creative, say you had the video, you can pick like one like this, and just pick a random one. Then just make sure it's cropped to the right way. And then your primary text here, you can just put what you say in the video essentially. Don't overcomplicate it. If you're a leader, struggling with XYZ, can't type from this angle, struggling with XYZ, and you have 1, 2, 3 pain, DM leader. To see how to do blah, blah, blah. Again, this is their suggestion. So always just turn them off. Always. Anything they suggest to you, pretty much, just turn it off. It's never really useful. Then, let's say that that's in there. Then what I would also recommend you do in terms of the setup, anything here, is obviously the most important one is the chat builder, right? So if you press edit, this is how it will come up on their phone. So how it will look is the ad will come up, and your one now, it says visit Instagram profile, the banner along the bottom. This one will say send message. So how I recommend to do it is use your like call to action here. So if you're a leader struggling with pain point and wanting goal, message me leader, for example, then what you do is you take out all the questions here and you literally just put that. That's literally how you do it. Don't put any other options. What that then means is when they click on that button, that pops up and all you have to do is press leader. And then they're straight back into your DMs and you just message them the same way you've been doing it before.
Okay.
So that's one way how to do the retargeting. In terms of other settings, like you can either follow up message on, just to make it a bit more personal. Hi. Don't put a name because sometimes people don't have their full name. They could get some random thing come up. Just be higher. I saw you went to message me the word leader. Did you have any questions or concerns? Something like that. And you save that. And then that's it. That's all you do on there. So that is how you set up the ad, pretty much. So any questions on that setup or how to do that?
No, it's interesting. It's really interesting. I think that could work really well for me, actually.
Yeah.
Because I've got so many followers.
Yeah.
You know, my ratio, like admittedly, my ratio from, you know, strong leads to followers is not as good as it probably could be.
Yeah.
So I think that would really help with that.
Yeah.
I think that would really help. You know, instead of doing the £15, you're including doing the £15 a day follower ad, to have that as well.
Yeah.
Is going to.
And you wouldn't have to run it forever. Like you could do like a short stint. The other way you could do it is be even more direct because like, are you familiar with like levels of awareness in marketing?
Sort of.
So there's like unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware. So there's going to be people in there who have had calls with you who are product aware and most aware. So they know everything about what you have to offer, who you are, that you have something to offer them. So the other way you could do the ad is be really direct and say that you're offering a group coaching. So say if you're a leader, struggling with X, Y, Z, you probably remember me. We've had a chat before. Like, it can be as direct as that, as if you want to, and be like, I'm now offering a group coaching to the first 5 leaders that message me the word whatever at a discounted rate to help you to get to your goals in a more manageable way. Something like that. So you can even be as like you can be as direct than that, because the other way that I showed you, it works, but it's a little bit more indirect. If you want to do it to promote like your new group program, I'll just go like at it like that and just be like, it'd be the same format for all the ads that I showed you as before, but instead of the call to action being DM leader to see how you can get to X, Y, Z, you just be very clear of like, I've now released my new group program for the next 5 leaders who press the button below to secure your spot at a discounted rate and do that. And so the people that message then are going to have super high intent because they're messaging because they want.
And that's just straight into the DMs again.
Yeah, straight into the DMs. Exactly the same thing. The only thing that's changed there is what you say in your ad, your script.
Yeah.
So it's just direct. So, and again, on reflection, that's probably the better way for you to do it. If you want to do your group program, if you want to just re-engage people who didn't book a call, maybe don't know too much about you, do the first way, because it's a bit softer. And if they don't know about you, it's a softer step to take. But if they've had a call and they know what you offer, but they were hesitant or whatever, then just do it that way. Because you said the people that have booked on was just through the DMs, right? Yeah.
Literally, I sold them. I think I jumped on a call with 1. The rest, the other 3, 4, were literally just through the DMs. Like, remember we spoke? At the time, you had this objection. Just let you know, I'm running a group coaching program. Would you be interested? And they're like, yeah, send me the details. And I sent the details and closed them over the DMs.
Yeah, perfect. So I would do it like that if I were you. Yeah. So that's one way you could do it. But pretty straightforward in terms of setup. And then you just let that run. And then in terms of tracking it, obviously, I'm big on the tracking. Yeah. It doesn't need to be super complex. All you need to do is track the ad spend, track how many total messages you've got, and track the individual messages. So, I said every ad to use a different keyword. So just track how many responses got leader, how many responses were growth, how many responses were blah, blah, blah. That's pretty much that.
Okay.
So that's the first thing that I'd show you. So any questions about that?
No, it's good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it'd be really helpful, that, for sure.
Yeah, cool. So, okay, now that's to leverage what we've already built you and the audience you've already got. Now to get to that next level, in terms of getting to 20, 30, whatever you want as the next point, you've got 2 options, right? The first option is, which we'll go through the maths on it in a moment, is like you just spend more in your follower ad. Now, why that might be a downside for you is because obviously at the moment you're still in the army, you have to stay in the army for a bit more. So if you increase your follower ad spend, you're going to have to do more DMs. Now, if you don't want to do more DMs, then I can show you this other campaign and I'll show you how it's working for me. So this other campaign for me, what I'm doing is very simple. So this one. So essentially all we're doing is we're running ads to get people to book in a call directly. And this is to cold traffic. So it's to new people who haven't necessarily seen us. Now, just to show you an example of what the landing page looks like here, it's really straightforward. So the way you set up the landing page is you can put your logo across the top if you want, just make it look a bit cleaner. Put the title of what you're offering essentially. So for me, it's like the new and really simple way. Coach is just like you, it's seen a 400% increase in revenue without going near complex funnels. And then I have a video essentially, which I can give you a framework on, which essentially breaks down who I am, what I do, why. Essentially, I'm selling them on booking a call. That's what it is. It's called a video sales ad, right? So I'm selling them, which you're familiar with, but I'm just selling them on booking a call. And the setup of the page is then I have testimonials on here, and that's it. And they have 2 buttons to book a call. So they can't really. The key with these landing pages, if you want to keep them super simple to the sense of like, there's nowhere they can get distracted, there's nowhere else they can really go. Then once they press book a call, they get met with this survey. Now, again, you just need to give context at the top of the survey as to why they're putting in their information. And I've just got one qualifying question just to make sure that the people that actually do book in with us are a coach, essentially. So, are you a coach and have you worked with clients in the past? Yes, I am. If they put no, it sends them to here. Unfortunately, the application is not successful. We only help active coaches that work with clients in the past. Still happy to help for our founder for more free resources. So you could do a qualification thing. What I'd recommend for you though is, I don't know if you ever heard the term before you can add friction, you need flow.
Okay.
So what that means is before you can start disqualifying people and adding these steps to stop them from booking, you need people booking first to be able to fix it. So for you, I would just have next step, which is just this.
Yeah.
So this was me playing around with it the other day, but that's pretty much it. First name, last name, phone, email, and that's it. And when they press next, what that then takes them to is the page where they can then has our calendar on. Pretty straightforward. So the flow is this page, they apply to book, and the next page is their calendar, and the page after that is a thank you page with videos on. So did you make your VSL in the end?
I didn't.
To do that.
I still need to do that.
So then you can make enough. This is to be separate to this VSL, but it'd be like a video selling them on your process.
Yeah.
Then the last page would go to there. Now, the key with this, what we found is working for us, because like I said to you, we're putting this to 15 grand a month spend this month. What we found is working for us is because even though they put their info in here, on the calendar, they have to put in their information again. And the reason that then works is because, like I said, my team member who calls them up. So if they make an application, but they don't book, we then call them and make sure they book. So you then get a portion of people who automatically book in. So like I showed you earlier, just people booking in, I'm not doing anything. Like at the gym, even when we were at the gym earlier, a couple of people booked in, no one did anything. Just in. And but then the ones who don't, you can clean up on them and get them booked in. So that's the flow of the landing page. So obviously you haven't done anything ads like this in this sense yet. So if you've got questions about this or anything, I can.
No, what platform are you doing this on?
So I just use Go High Level. I would recommend that. I can show you how I set it up as well. It has an all-in-one. It has everything. So on Go High Level, I have the landing page builder. I have my CRM. So all the leads that we generate, we manage them in there. So we've got a system and a process to manage them all in there. I send all my agreements out from there as well. My calendar, I can't remember if I just said that. My website's on there, literally everything. What are you using Wix?
I'm using Wix, yeah.
Yeah, you can probably do something similar to this. Does it has page builders? No?
Yeah, it has, yeah.
Yeah, you can do exactly the same because they're all drag and drop now.
Yeah.
So you just make a landing page individually, and you just have steps essentially. But again, I can send you a framework for this video. But all this video is doing is convincing them to go and book in a chat with us. Long story short, so that's it. So again, for you, and again, I'll show you the ad setup for that in a moment. But for you, because you want to, again, just because time will start becoming a constraint if you spend more on follower ads, that's what you could do to get calls in still, but not have to have as much
time in the DMs and stuff. Yeah.
But like I said to you earlier, like you couldn't have done this when we started because you were too fresh. Like to do this, you need to be making money and be very clear on the avatar, the niche, the messaging. But you've got now like an endless bank of marketing material because you've got recorded sales calls, you've got hundreds, if not thousands of DMs with potential leads. So you can use an AI tool to just screenshot them all and just you put them in and just transcribe them. And you've got like all your marketing material to make that video. So what I can do is I'll send you the framework on this, on how I made it. Then you can use your sales calls, use your DMs, put it all into like ChatGPT or Claude AI or anything like that. And just say to it, use this framework to make me a VSL to convince people to book in a call based off of, and use all of the clients that I've spoke to as context in terms of how to make that.
And it just give you a script.
It just scripts it out. And again, I can send you the script of my video. So I can give you the framework, I can give you my script video, and I can then send you that. And then, again, I'm happy to look at it for you to help you to tailor it, to make sure it's correct. But that will give you a good foundation of it, so you don't have to do too much. But for you, it'd be like, learn how leaders just like you are eliminating overwhelm and becoming, you say and creating unbreakable confidence in their roles within 3 months. However long you're one-to-one, it's 3 months, right?
3 months, yeah.
Within 3 months, without, what's something that they don't like doing something typically, or they do wrong that they think they should be doing to get the result?
Trying to do it alone. It's one of the things, because you know, the higher that people go up, you know, like CEOs and stuff that I have conversations with, the main thing they speak about is managing everything on their own. Like the higher they go, the lonelier it gets. And a lot of them want coaches for that reason. So maybe it's a case of, you know, without having to do everything yourself.
Yeah. Could
as
be
an example.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Just off the top of my head. Yeah.
Exactly. And then the video would do that. And then you've started building up your video. You've got the long videos still saved, right, of all the testimonials.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you just drop them in there. And what I find for myself with a lot of people is people watch this, they'll get the results, they'll get a gauge of what I am, what I can do for people, and then they just book in. That's pretty much it. So, and the reason, and we'll talk about the actual ads and the campaign setup in a second as well, but the reason that this works so well is because it's so direct to the fact of like, you're booking in a chat for me to help you. So they're booking in a call to get help. So they're booking in a call to pay potentially.
So it's like my recent client that we spoke about.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so he's booking in with like intent to buy. So that's also the difference as well. The follower ads are amazing and they get you to a certain point, and you can take it further, don't get me wrong, but for your time at the moment, if you want more calls to get more sales, you need people who are like serious. And so that's a really good flow to use it, essentially. So anything on that I can help?
No, I think it's good. I think that's spot on. I think, if you just send me over the sort of the script and stuff for this, or a framework for it, I can get started with that. I've got the testimonial videos already. Yeah. So I can just stick them in there.
Yeah, I'll send you the landing page. I'll send you each step of the landing pages. I'll send you the framework and the script for this. My script, the framework, and then you just put it in, and then you just upload the videos. You just do. It's very simple. You take a quote before and after, quote before and after, quote, and like totals like. I mean, I don't know the exact number, but I've spent tens of thousands of pounds on ads to send people to this page. But it's obviously bringing a nice return. So So, but again, that's the main shift. They're booking to get help. So they're coming on the call with a different mindset. They're like people in the market looking for that service.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the next step for me, for sure. Yeah, especially like I spoke about, like with regards to the time. You know, I've built the foundations. Yeah. It's not, you know, the follower ads are great, but I really think that this is the best use of my time now. Yeah, 100%. So when I'm in the DM, in fact, not even in the DMs, when I'm booking calls, or I'm getting on, it's with uber qualified leads.
Yeah, 100%.
And like really warm leads that are like ready to buy.
Yeah, and what I think you'll find as well with this is I think you'll get higher level leaders as well in general.
Yeah.
Because like some leaders who don't know you will be like this guy who you've essentially about to help who's like really high level. He's going to be super skeptical of a new coach who he doesn't know to talk to him. And like what I mean by that is in the DMs, there's usually more friction with that type of character.
Yeah.
Like even if I think for myself, when I was earlier on in my journey, I would sit in the DMs and I would message someone. Like in terms of like, if I was getting sold to, I would go through that step. As I've progressed and I've leveled up, unless I was like really knew the person, was bought into their brand and been following for a while, because I know they're going to book me in, I would not sit there and DM people. If I want to book a call, I would do it. I would go direct.
Yeah.
So I think for you, like the high level, like CEOs and executives, they'll go through it like that will help with them. So I think you'll get a higher caliber of person as well.
Yeah, which is
like,
what I want.
Yeah, which is like no faff. And then you can also increase your price also.
Yeah.
So again, an easy way for you to get to the 20 is just charge more.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I think the way I'm going to frame it, like, is like you say, this is the next step now. So it's likely doubling my fee for one-to-one coaching.
Yeah.
And, doubling the group coaching.
Yeah.
And in turn, getting higher qualified leads who are ready to buy at that price, which then makes my time more valuable.
Yeah.
And I'm not wasting as much time in the DMs for, half the price. And the amount of volume, like I say, like since we've started working together, I've gained like 6,000 followers. So that's 6,000 new conversations.
Yeah.
And yeah, like this is the next level.
Yeah. And it's the time and place for all of it, right?
100%.
To start with, I think that's set you up so perfectly,
Yeah.
and you understand the messaging where now you can go ahead and do this perfectly.
And how quickly would be reasonable, like you say with the follower ads, like is it the same, give them at least 3 weeks before you start, before you actually make a decision on, this isn't actually working?
It just depends on your budget. So because when we started, your budget was £10 a day. That's why I said 3 weeks. To somebody else who's spending a bit more, it might be 7 days. It depends on your budget.
Yeah, I suppose because it's the reach, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's the reach and how much volume you get to be able to test that. So like for these, I would recommend as a budget to start with on the lower end, £30 to £50 a day. So you're spending a bit more, but you're spending a bit more because you're cutting the middle bit, you're just getting them to book a call. So think of like, when we track your follower ads, what's your cost per booked call average? Like £30?
Yeah, something like that.
So if you spent £40 in a day, you'd get one call, but you don't have to faff about.
Yeah, and it's a warmer call. It's not someone that you've just, spoke with in the DMs and got them. It's someone that's seen all this and actively booked a call off their own back, rather 100%. Than you suggesting, let's have a call.
Yeah.
They've already done it, so they're more ready to buy.
Yeah. So like £30 to £50 to start with, and then you track those numbers and then you ramp it up. And you ramp it up and you take it from there essentially.
Yeah. So that's the landing page. Yeah.
So that's the landing page. Now in terms of setup in the campaign, let's just start from fresh just to show you. It's pretty similar to what I just showed you with the other one. So go create. Let me untick this so it doesn't. Go create. This time you're doing leads because we want quality now. Leads. Now ad set budget. Again, same thing. Don't share the budget with others. Then here, conversion location this time is a single location, is your website, which is the landing page that we've just sent. Conversion event, which is something set up. I won't show you that right this second, just this doesn't drag on forever in terms of video length, but essentially you would set up the pixel to go on. So do you know what the pixel is?
No.
So the pixel is the tracking. It tracks the individual person who clicks on the landing page.
Yeah.
So then it can, so you know how we done the custom audience and we selected Instagram visitors? You can do it for website visitors.
Yeah.
So the pixel tracks who that visitor is to resend it to them essentially.
Yeah, I remember that.
So you would set that up there. Budget, again, same thing, 30 to 50 quid. Then the only difference you're doing here is you're still doing this. So again, it's going to tell you further limit, just do it. Now, in terms of how I'll do the targeting for this, that your ad does the heavy lifting. So what you do is you set your age range, again, whatever that is, set your gender, set your location as well. Then in terms of like interests, the way that I've been doing it, which has worked really well, is I've just picked 3 to 5 general. So these are ones that I typically use for my business: social media marketing, entrepreneurship, business, lead generation, sales. So for you, it could be leadership, career development, career, business. Mm-hmm. Just keep it, don't worry too much. Like the way the algorithm works now is your ad is the targeting, if that makes sense. Like it scans your ad and it uses that to direct who to send it to. That's all you're doing there. Placements, exactly the same thing as what we did on the other campaign, but the only difference is that now you're leaving Facebook on as well.
Okay.
Yeah. But let me just show you. You would just turn off the ones on Facebook which are messy. So like, it's going to show. It should usually give a preview here. Is it going to do it? Okay, it's not really working at the moment. But when it's doing it properly, what it does is on this column here on the right, it will show you what the preview looks like. Mm-hmm. So same thing as with the other ones.
Done it before,
yeah, exactly. So it's doing it now. It's down here.
Down the bottom.
It's down the bottom this time. All right. So like, I always turn off audience network, but like ones, you get the gist. Same as before, you can't really see it. In terms of ads, again, it's the same, pretty much the same setup. So if we go through it, set your accounts, Instagram, Facebook. Turn this off. You add the URL that you're sending them to, which is the main page. Pretty self-explanatory. Browser add-ons, none. Make sure multi-advertiser ads is off as well. Set up the creative. And then that's pretty much it. Now, in terms of the actual ad itself for you, all you need is, if you're going to spend £30, £50 a day, I'd put 3 videos in max. And you can, again, you can use a similar script to what we've just done. So the first one can be like, again, if you're a leader and you're experiencing X, Y, Z and you have no idea how to solve it. So the way you want to position these ads and say them is frame them in a way that speaks to someone that is actively looking for a solution to their problem.
Yeah.
Because you want people to click on this who are just looking for help and they just need to decide who to go with.
Yeah.
So the way to frame it is speak in a way where you're speaking to the leader who knows they need help, knows that there's solutions out there, they just don't know who to go with. So you can get a similar call out. If you're a leader, you're experiencing XYZ problem, you're wanting to get to X goal, but you have no idea how to get there and you're looking for that next step in terms of how to do it, blah, blah, blah. Press the link below and I'll show you how I can help you book a call and I'll show you how I can help you do XYZ. It's the leadership skills that I've used myself over the past 20 years in the army, and it's how I've helped 20 plus leaders, CEOs and business owners to build unshakable confidence and to overcome overwhelm in their roles. So if that sounds like you, book a call, essentially, pretty much what you're doing, right? And again, you can do 3 variations of that. So another variation just off the top of my head could be like, most leaders who are looking to improve their confidence in their role and to overcome overwhelm think the right choice that would be, so again, that's a good example for you to know. If I said, think the right choice is to do it alone, that's speaking to someone who's not looking for help. Mm-hmm. So you'd want to phrase it in a way where it's speaking to someone who is like actively looking for help. And again, the best way to do that, use your sales calls. So use the sales calls where people were like really ready to buy. You know, you've had those calls before where they're just like, they're going to buy. Like you don't really have to do much. So what you can do is use those transcriptions and ask, again, use the AI tools that are so useful now and just say to it, can you pull out the things that this person said that signal that they were looking for help straight away? And then ask it to pull out the pain points and then use the same sort of script format that I told you. Hook, couple of pain points, call to action, testimonials, and pretty much just plug that into the ad essentially. And it's pretty like straightforward. This will be easy for you now. if we did this at the start, this would be like a mission because
I've got the evidence now.
Yeah.
And now I know. Yeah. So
yeah, you've got the evidence, you've got the testimonials.
So yeah, you can't do that at the start.
Yeah, exactly. And you've got the messaging because you've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all you do now. I mean, look, we could go more into it in terms of like the pixel setup and all the little techie steps, but I can show you that. I can show you that another time once you've set it up. But like from a top level perspective, that's what you're doing. And so like I said, for me, I just leave that running and just calls are just coming in. And the calls that I'm having are really high quality because there's that little qualification here. There's this little qualification here. So people don't get through that aren't a coach. And then they go to my calendar, which then, it's not that. I go to my calendar, which then has more qualification questions. When are you looking to get started? The investment is in this range. Do you have the budget? What's your main challenge at the moment? What's your niche? So I've just added these filters. So when people book in, I know 9 times out of 10, they are a very, very good lead and they're on the call looking to make a purchase. So when we're having that conversation, then it's down to my sales ability to show them why I'm the better choice rather than somebody else that they're looking at essentially.
And there's so much less friction.
Yeah, exactly. Because
you've knocked all that friction away.
Exactly. But then they're there to buy.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I'm sure you've had some calls before, especially from the follow ads, where they may be a bit shocked that I don't know, they're not as sort of ready to take that next step.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys, you don't go out of your day, click on an ad, fill in an application, then fill out a calendar, then pick a slot, then fill in your details again, then fill out a form, and then book a call, and then show up if you're not looking to do something about it.
Yeah, 100%.
And so then how that's going to help you, very simply, is it's going to cut out that manual thing. I wouldn't stop the follow ads if I were you, but I would just add this on top.
Yeah.
Now, and then in terms of like a numbers perspective, let me just pull a whiteboard up. And again, like all these ads are, like you said when we did sort of the testimonial a moment ago, you've got that predictability because you've got those numbers. So all these ads are now is just literally just a maths equation. So do you roughly know, I can't remember the exact number from when we did it, do you roughly know how much it's costing you to get a customer at the moment?
It was, what, like 2 customers a month?
So about £150.
Yeah.
£150 to start with when we first did it. So let's just use that as a number.
Yeah.
That's like your magic number in terms of if you want to get to 20. So let's use the older price point of 1,500. 1,500. Now, obviously, you're going to increase your price. Actually, no, let's not use that because you're going to increase your price, so it's not going to be as relevant. So say you put it to 3K, right? 3K for your one-to-one to start with. It's just as a number. If you want to make 20K, how many packages is that? 5, 6, 7. Let's say 7 packages roughly you need to sell. So you need to sell 7 packages at 3K to make 20K. So because you've tracked your numbers and you know your cost per booked call, your show rate, your close rate, and the most important number is how much do you spend on that before you get a customer, which is this one. It's literally just 7 times 150. And so that would be your total ad spend for the month. So what even is that? 7.
Quick maths.
700, 1,050. I hope that's right. 1,000. So if you spend that in a month, just on your ads alone, that will return you 20, which is, I mean, that's fantastic. That's a 20x. And like, well, if you make 7, if you're selling 3K packages and you sell 7 of them, that's 21K. So then you are actually making 20K in profit from the ads, which is phenomenal.
Yeah,
obviously for niches for yourself, like the margin and the ROAS is always much higher and return on ad spend, but that is what you would need to do. Now so if you wanted to ramp up your follower ads, that's what you would do. If you wanted to do it, and then for the landing page ads that I've just shown you, the VSL ads, you would use this as a basis, as like a rough number, and then you would you'd have to track the numbers in the same way. Again, I'll give you another tracker I can show what you want in a moment actually, but you would track it in the same way to help you to get it to that next point. So again, like I said to you, 30 to 50 pounds a day on those ads is £30 a day is £900.
Mm-hmm.
You're not far off that.
Yeah.
And so if you turn these on and spent 30, 50 quid a day, you could hit 20k.
Mm.
Your numbers should pretty much stay the same. Like what I find is numbers from the follow ads to those ads are pretty much the same. These ads are a tiny bit more expensive, but if you up your price, then yeah, and that's literally it. And the way to look at it now is once you get that up and running and working, and you've got your follow ads still up and running and working, and you keep tracking it, all you're doing is looking at your numbers and just going, what mathematically, what do I need to do to get to that next point?
Mm.
And so like your cost to acquire a customer from your ads where you track it is all you need. So again, if I just pull something,
just literally an equation, isn't it?
It's literally just maths. Like, let me just show you something here. So this is an example of a tracker here, right? So 6,000 in spend. So this is the type of tracker that I recommend you should use for the landing page ads. Keep your tracker for the follow ads. This is your landing page ads one. So you see the spend. So here, the cost per booked call is £107. Now again, the price point's higher on this one is 6k for the main offering. So you can see here, 57 calls booked. So far, 33 booked up. It's not fully finished for the month yet. It hasn't been updated, I mean. 21% closed, but you can see 36.5k contracted and just under 15 paid up front. And again, what that number gives this person is £874 in cost to acquire a customer. So again, same way as yours. Obviously, yours is always going to be lower than that one because that one's a different niche that I'm using as an example. But that one's 150, this one's 874. So if this person wants to get to 100k a month, they just use that number as their basis in terms of like, right, spend £874. They spend 6k, they get 7 customers. If they want to make 100k, let's do the maths on it quickly just to show you an example. If they want to make 100k, divide that number by 6k, they need 16 customers. So for them to get to 100k a month, they do 16 times that number, which is what, 16 grand essentially, or a bit less, 15 grand. That person can get to 100k in a month. So that's it. Same thing for you. So you just understand your price point, figure out how many units you need to sell, use this number that you've tracked, and just spend that. That's literally it. Now, obviously, for where you're at in the army, you might just want to coast, because obviously you've got a capacity because you've got to still work this job, which is still super impressive though that you are where you are whilst a full-time job. But once you're out and you can just go like double down on it, that's all you do. And then all this game is just risk tolerance, and it's not even a risk at one point. It's once you've got it rolling, it's not a risk. It's just, it feels scary, right? But then all you're doing is looking at this and you're just trying to boost the numbers. So for example, this person, their opt-in rate's really low, 8.7%. So it's like, okay, what should they do, or what could they do to increase the opt-in? They would look at their landing page and fix that and improve it. Call booking rate's super high. So usually, 5% of leads book in, but 20, so this, again, different metrics, but cost per booked call is £107. So then they could look at, okay, how can we bring that down slightly so we can get more calls? For this tracker, the show rate's quite low. So 58% of calls they book, they show up. So then they look at, if I increase the show rate, how many more calls will I get? And that will lead to an extra few sales. So if they increase the show rate by 10%, they get another 5.
That's one thing I never considered actually, is people are not showing up.
Yeah, such a small little thing. Such a tiny little thing. But that's all you're doing. And then it's like, okay, this is slightly low. What can we do to boost it? Can we increase the automations? Can we call them before?
Yeah.
Do we have a proper conversation before on the phone just to get them warmed up?
Yeah.
Do we send them? So for you can make your thank you video, or like not your thank you video, like a video which breaks down your process and send that to them before. That will warm them up. So that's a small thing. Again, without touching your ad spend, if you increase that number, you'll get more calls and you get more sales.
Yeah.
The same amount of calls booked. Again, close rates, 21%, it's okay. What can I do to improve that? And then by improving all of these numbers, this number gets better. And if this number gets better, for the same amount of ad spend, you get more customers and you get more profitable.
Yeah.
And that is all you're doing. That's all this is. It's just like you are playing around with the numbers. And so it's like the best way to look at it is like, don't get attached to the numbers or get emotional about individuals or get concerned if somebody doesn't sign up. You're just looking at the bigger picture of it as like, what numbers do we work on and what do we need to improve or do to reflect in those numbers.
Yeah. So just look at that straight away, like that's a sales call issue.
What, 21%?
21%, isn't it? Yeah. Potentially, like, I need to improve, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Am I making them feel enough pain? Am I, closing them, whatever it may be, that something needs to improve there.
Yeah. Are you objection handling? Are you letting off the call too easily?
Yeah.
Simple. But again, that little change, if you change nothing, if you get that up 5%, that's another couple of sales.
Yeah.
And then for this person, they're charging 6K, they've made an extra 12 grand with the extra thing. Same thing. Here, again, same thing. What are you doing wrong that's stopping them from showing up? And then what do you fix? And again, you get the same amount of book calls, you get another 5 to show up. It was 20%, 1 in 5 close if you've got 20% close rate. So you'll make another sales. And this goes to 42K total from 6. It just keeps going up. That's all it is. So that's why it's so important you stay on top of your numbers. Because then if you really want to like push it and ramp it, that's all you do. Just track it in that way.
Whose is this? There's someone.
It's just somebody in it. It's different niche, but somebody who's doing like more of like the business niche.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely the next step, mate. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And that was it. And if I was you right now, I wanted to get from 10 to 20. That's all I'm doing is like looking at the numbers on my sheet and just going, what number is too low? What do I need to do to improve that? And then once you've got those numbers up to scratch with your current spend, how much more do I need to spend based on my cost to acquire a customer to get to my goal of 20K a month? That's it. And because you've got so good at your process of like booking people in, converting them, and you're getting good at that, it is literally just spend more and you will make more.
Yeah.
It's literally, people overthink it, but that's all the ads are. You just spend more and you make more.
Yeah.
That's it.
Cool, man.
Cool. Any questions or anything you want to go over?
No, it's good, mate.
Yeah.
Lots of good information now.
Yeah, cool.
Look forward to getting stuck into that.
Yeah, and I'll send you I can send you all of it after. So remind me after. I'll send you all that stuff. And it's perfect, straightforward. But yeah, that's
awesome, man.
Cool.
Sound.
Sweet.